Lee Iridium. Hope you're doing all right. Album review time. 3 releases yesterday, May the 7th. This is the second one I'm going to review. So Artillery and their album X, which is actually 10. It's a 10th album. So this was released yesterday on Metal Blade Records. And what this band is, they come from Denmark and they are an 80s band, but I think they've had big gaps in their sort of career. So they've gone off and come back. Only 10 albums actually from the 80s, so it's not actually that many. But I never listened to this band in the 80s at all. But I did a reaction to one of their songs and I loved it. Just came up on my notifications on YouTube, did a reaction, absolutely loved the song. And I thought, right, this is going to be a great album. And I'm not disappointed whatsoever. So what you get here is they're known as a thrash band, but they're far from it really. They're thrash elements. They're more, I would say, power stroke heavy metal with thrash elements to them. So, and you know, melodic, you know me, if it's thrash, I need melody, I need great vocals, and then, you know, that's ticked the boxes for me. And that's what this band has done. They've ticked all those boxes. Very melodic, very catchy, but heavy at the same time. Some crushing riffs going on. So what you get, this will appeal to metal fans. It will appeal to power metal fans. And it also appeal to thrash fans who want a singer that can sing. You know, not shout or do the Cookie Monster vocals. So, and that's what's pulled me into this band. You know, if this was a band that was shouting all the way through, I probably wouldn't. Musically, that it would be fantastic, but I can't get past vocals like that. But what you get some great vocals. So heavy breakdowns, hooks, melodies all over the place, brilliant solos throughout, and a lot of what you get on here is something I love. That sort of slightly Eastern type melodies running through a lot of these songs. So the band itself, and of course I've got to try and pronounce the band, and so I'm just shit at that. Michael Bastogne-Dalle on vocals. Like I said, he is a fantastic vocalist. I don't think he's as one of the original band members, because he looks a lot younger than the others. The others look like they're, you know, my mates, but he looks a lot younger, maybe 30s or something like that, late 30s. But the other guys look like they're, you know, in the original band from the 80s. Michael Stutzer on guitar, Crayon Meyer on guitar. Those two guys are brilliant and they are fantastic through this album. Crushing riffs, mental guitar solos, with melody all the way through every single song. Peter Forsland on the bass and Joshua Madsen on the drums. These two guys keep the band together. And you've got to remember thrash, especially the thrash elements of this band, the fast bits. I can't imagine how hard it is to play. And these guys keep it together all the way through, to let the guys breathe on the guitar and let the vocalists do their bit. They are fantastic as well. So every guy in this band is very, very talented. I'm going to run through the tracks one by one. So we've got the Devil Symphony kicking it off. Now, like I said, a lot of these got thrashy elements. This is a classic thrashy riff kicking it off. Fast verses. But like a lot of the choruses on this album, it comes out of real speedy, thrashy verses and goes into like a crushing, slowing down sort of chorus, making it more catchy and even more heavier. Because I always find that slower songs or medium-paced rhythm gives me a lot more heavier vibes than a really fast part does. So they mix it up within the songs, which is great. Gang vocals on this. There's a bit of gang vocals going on Devil Symphony. Good track. And then we kick into another fast track, In Thrash We Trust. What a title. So another classic thrashy riff, as you expect from the title. A real crowd pleaser, I can imagine this. I can imagine this being played live and everyone giving it some. So fast again in the verses, slowing down in the choruses to make the chorus very heavy. Great song. Next up is the single Turn Up the Rage. Turn up the rage, build up the check out my reaction to that. One of my favourite songs on the album. A brilliant song. The band really excels here in that slower or medium paced sort of, you know, where they are on that sort of level. That's where they really excel, I think. This is more heavy power metal, more than thrash, but it's got that down-tuned guitar feel of the thrashy sort of riffs as well. Next up is Silver Cross. Eastern type melodies going through this at the beginning especially. Then it shifts in and out of thrash and power metal, or thrash and heavy metal again. The different speeds makes it really interesting to listen to, you know, within a song. So you don't usually get a whole song that's just fast all the way through. They will sort of do transitions in and out, but it always fits. It's not like awkward transitions you hear. It fits the song really well. Great song that. So next up, one of my favourite songs on the album, In Your Mind.
Yes, it all makes sense. There's every proof and evidence.
I think it's just been released as the third single as the album came out yesterday. Great riff, like Pantera style, kicking it off. Quite a catchy melodic chorus, which makes the verses sound even like heavier because it goes really melodic. When the verses come in, it's like crushing. Good choice of single, actually. Next up is The Ghost in Me. So this slows it right down. This is like a ballad, nice acoustic verses with the great vocals coming in, heavy chorus, a real European sounding song, this one. I can imagine, especially in the verses, like being an Accept song, something like that. Next up, we've got Force of Indifference, classic thrashy guitar riff again, kicking this one off. Good thrash song, just a basic good thrash song. Next up, we've got a couple of titles that are foreign titles, so I've got to try and pronounce them. I've looked at a bit of translation as well to help me out. So the first one's called Varg EVM, which I think is translated as outcast. It's like a Norse outcast. Anyway, kicks off with one of those Eastern type guitar melodies that I love. And the verses, this could be my favourite song on the album. It reminds me of Candlemass. It's got that sort of doomy feel where the sort of vocals follow the riffs. It's really great. This is where the slowing down of the rhythm, the guitars and everything really brings out the heaviness in the band again. Next up, I've got to pronounce this as well. Mors Onto Logica. I'm just shitting on. Death of Being, that translates to. So excellent bell. When you hear a bell tolling, you know you're in for a treat. So bell tolling at the beginning, thrashy parts here, but pure power metal chorus. So slowing down for that power metal chorus. Again, vocally a bit doomy for me on this one. I don't know why. It sounds a little bit doomy, even though it's quite a faster song. It sounds doomy at the same time. So very clever. Next up is Eternal Light. Pure heavy power metal. This one, more of the sort of Eastern melodies running through this one. I love it. Great song. And then finishing off is Beggars in Black Suits. Fast, thrashy, but always straight up power metal. Like metal as such. You know, it's fast, but it's not so much thrashy. It's like a fast power metal sort of song. Brilliant vibes all the way through it, as it has all the way through this album. So if you want your music to be heavy, great production, by the way. The mix is fantastic. The guitar is crushing in the mix. So that's how you want it in this sort of fast, heavy music. But full of melody. A great, great vocalist over fast, medium-paced songs with a ballad chucked in as well. So these guys are really good. Check them out. Check out the album, which is called 10 or X. So Artillery X. Check it out. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And I'll see you next time.